What's up, everybody? I am Supersonic 71087, along with my two comrades.
Dreadnought 316 with the head bobbing with the other waiver.
Cutie Room!
And yes, we are the Unknown Gamers, and we are bringing you a special video today. We are talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon and what we have seen in the reveal trailer earlier today.
The epicness that it is.
And yes, by the way, we're actually communicating over Skype while making this video, so yeah, it's kind of cool how we're doing this. But anyways, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on what you thought of the trailer.
Yes, talk, please.
Go
We
first.
want people to
3,
talk
2,
about
1,
it.
go.
Well, I'm waiting on you guys. You guys talk about it first.
No. You go first.
She's like, no, you go first.
Well,
No,
actually,
you go
no,
first.
I go
No,
first.
you
I
go
go
first.
first.
Everyone
I go
goes first.
first.
How about this?
All I have to
Everyone
say-
at the exact same time. Ready, set, go. Talk over each other.
All I have to say is I care for the owl.
Roll it.
Roll it. I don't know how to say his name without mispronouncing it.
Roll it.
Is it Rowlet?
That's what I call it.
I think it's Rowlet.
Roll it.
I was calling it Roll It.
I don't know. There's so
Roll
many
It, Roll
different-
It. Okay, so
I call it roll it.
I'm thinking Roll It.
Because it's like
'cause
row
it's like an owl.
and then let.
I was thinking owl.
Rowlet.
Anyhow, I want to be
I
getting.
would not be surprised
I am going
if that's
to be
actually the
getting.
correct way to say it.
Excuse me. I'm going to be getting the Moon edition of Pokemon, and I'm going to get the Owl. My thoughts of the trailer were I liked how I woke up this morning and my social media was like boom with all this information about Sun.
Woo! Oh my god, what was that? That's funny.
I don't know.
That is my thoughts. My thoughts were, oh, hey, this is nice to wake up to.
Like, hey, look, my phone blew up. Oh, it's about Pokemon. Oh, it's about Sun and Moon. I have so much going on. My phone exploded.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that's what
That's the
happened.
highlight of my day.
That's what my thoughts. My
Awesome.
thoughts are. I think I honestly really do like the cat too. Litten.
Litten. Because he's a kitten, but he's lit. 'Cause
He's lit.
fire type.
That cat's lit.
That's lit. Yeah.
So I would say that he's pretty cool. Honestly, the third one, the water Pokemon. I really wish they kind of spent more time on water Pokemon. I mean, they did have Squirtle, and they did have Mudkip, but
Froakie was badass. He's like the #1 water type Pokemon right now. Greninja, Jesus Christ.
okay, well, Froakie, maybe water type was dominating, but it's always a fire type that does really well. But I'm happy to see that a grass type is finally getting some recognition. That is what I have to say. And it's a flying type, too.
See, that makes me wonder about Roll-It thing, because, like, what are its weaknesses going to be? Is it going to be unaffected by ground attacks? Is it going to be super effective against electric? Because, I mean, grass has always resisted it. And is it going to be weak to rock because it's flying, but it's also grass, so does it resist it? It's like, oh my god, the possibilities of what this Pokemon could do could either make it a super threat, or it's going to be super weak to everything, which would suck.
Well, I know one thing for sure. It is going to be super weak to ice types.
Thank you. I was just about to say that myself, my friend, because 4 times weakness against that thing? Gee, that's
Yeah,
gonna suck.
and that's the only that's the only starter in Sun and Moon that has a dual typing in its pre-evolved form.
That's true. Everything else has always been a monotype.
Yeah, like Litten is a pure fire type, and then you got Rowlet, which is a pure grass. Or no, sorry, Popplio, which is a pure water type.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I will be choosing Litten as my starter. I've always started with fire types ever since Red and Blue. Only one exception that I did not choose a fire type was in Black and White. I actually chose a grass type, Snivy, because I really like Superior. But every other game I chose a fire type in each game, so this one will be no different. I'll be sticking with Litten, that little tiny fire kitten that is so cute and cuddly, and that will be my kitty.
So, I mean, that's my thoughts, but, yeah. So, that's what I have to say. I was really happy to see the starter Pokemon, and I thought it was really neat that we finally have, like, grass type that's a bird, which is interesting. Well, it's a grass and flying, but you get my drift.
Yeah.
There's not too many bird types, and usually the birds are normal.
Well, I mean, the only other flying grass type I know is Tropius, off the top of my head.
I believe so,
That's
yeah.
a bird, in my my opinion. Because it has wings in a sense.
The only other thing is I can think of was like Fire and Bird. Oh my goodness, I love him too. Talonflame?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like flying grass type, because there's there's Jumpluff, that counts as one.
Mm-hmm.
He changed his typings over time, hasn't he?
I don't think so. I think it remained a grass and flying type.
Like, well, that's what I'm saying, because like it still has that dual typing of grass and flying, but it's not just a flying grass type. So I mean, that's where typing takes effect.
Oh, see, I don't remember all these Pokemon. I'm sorry.
Okay. But yeah, for me, man, honestly, I have to follow with Rowlet as well, because it looks like the most badass and the most potential in my opinion. Like, it just looks so badass. It's like it's an owl. It reminds me of the Harry Potter owl in. Oh my god, I just want that thing to kick ass. Nothing against Litten. Litten's honestly my second choice, because Populo kind of disappointed me a little bit. But honestly, my idea of who I'm choosing could easily change when there could be more revealed later on. We could actually see the evolutions of these starters, and that could change the whole game right there.
Oh, I'm still going to stay with Rowlet.
But, you know, honestly, Rowlet just looks the best in my opinion.
I mean, I'm with you on that. I mean, that would have been my second choice too. I didn't really like Populo myself. I mean, it just looked like I don't know, it's like Goofy mixed with a seal body or something.
Yeah.
I just didn't like its design, and it looked kind of cocky to me when I first saw it in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know what kind of a Pokemon it'll evolve into. But, yeah, like, I'm going to stick with Litten. And I want to see if it gains another typing as it evolves. It possibly might. I mean, it could possibly get a dark type, which from the looks of it. But if it doesn't get a dual typing, then it could probably stay as a pure fire type. I'm kind of assuming that it'll probably be specialized in speed and special attack, since that's what fire types are mainly known for.
Dude. I just thought of what its final evolution could be. What if it could be like a jaguar or like a panther? Because like the whole region itself is like a jungle setting, like Islander kind of thing. So it's like, dude, that would be sick to see that thing turn into like a fucking panther.
That would be pretty badass.
Oh my gosh, that'd be wicked.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So yeah, so that's pretty much it about the starters. So the next thing that we saw is like the entire region itself. So the setting is basically like a Hawaiian type of setting. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I like the idea that it's like culturally being diverse in that sense. I mean, you do have a lot of like islanders in that region, and it is a part of that culture as well. I imagine that they're trying to be more like, you know, culturally aware, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it is different. I will have to say, I don't know if I necessarily like it or not yet, but I will say it's different, and I don't think it's a bad thing.
I typically am not against it, because I mean, that's generally what Pokemon does with every new version they do. They always introduce a new area of the world that they want to kind of represent. Because, I mean, if you take the actual mappings from every single region that they've done, it actually does correspond with some place in the world, which I thought was really cool, because they're taking, like, actual legends from mythology, from different parts of the world. That's how they create a lot of these Pokemon or regions or even the legendaries themselves. So to me, that makes it a little bit more interesting, because I don't know much about like this kind of area of the world, especially Pacific Islander or any kind of, I don't know where the region's particularly set. If it is in Hawaii, then yeah, I don't know much about it. So who knows what tales or story you're going to get out of it, which really interests me, because playing the story itself is always the best part, because then, you know, you don't know what villain you're going to fight, you don't know what you're going to encounter, so on and so forth. I mean, the new Pokemon look like the most amazing thing to me every time I play a new game, but the story is always awesome to find out what it's going to turn into. So, I don't know. Plus, I think it's really cool that they had something in X and Y kind of show off there would be another region, so a new game coming out in the future, this little tiki thing that you can find from a trainer in X and Y that represents this nation. So it's like, I wonder if that's going to come into effect for anything. I mean, I don't don't know. This is all speculation at this point because we don't know much at this point.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like from the moment that it was announced, like about what, a couple months ago or something. Actually, no, it was around the time when the 20th anniversary was happening for Pokemon, and
Yeah.
they were mentioning that they were gonna have something with red, blue, and yellow, like you're able to transfer those Pokemon over to the newer game. So I
Yeah.
wonder if that's gonna come into effect with like other games as well. You know, like probably do Wonder Trade and all that. If those options will still remain in the game.
I don't see why not, because I mean, X and Y still seems pretty new to me. Um, I know, granted, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, but they still incorporated a lot of the X and Y Pokemon that were created into that game, and then they were able to transfer everything into those games, which made it even cooler. So I don't see why they would get rid of a cool thing like that in this new game. 'Cause to me, that would particularly kind of ruin it. Because I mean, we're all deep down, we're all kind of hoping for like this mass open world of going to every single region, collecting every single badge, and taking on every Elite Four that there is. But of course, to me, that's like okay, we're ending off on a good note. Here's the ultimate game you guys have always wanted. It's everything.
Oh man, if only that would ever happen.
Yeah, we could only dream.
All right, so I guess the last topic of this trailer were the legendaries that were revealed and the box art of it as well. So we've seen like a lion type of Pokemon in the Sun version, and then we've seen like some sort of, I don't know, female bat type of thing in Moon. So I thought they looked pretty cool. You know, it's like it's very interesting on how they will play out in the game and what kind of role they'll be in. But obviously, like for me, like I will be playing Pokemon Sun mostly, but I do plan on getting both versions just for the hell of it because why not? You know, like try to complete the Pokedex and all that.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that'll be for me. So I'm basically on Team Sun, and I know you guys are on Team Moon. So
Can't help it, man. Honestly, when I saw like this picture of like the Mario Sun from Super Mario 3 being all pissed off, and then you got the pissed off Moon from Majora's Mask, I had to go with Majora's Mask, man. I don't know why. It's just me.
But either way, yeah. I mean, the legendaries are pretty neat. I don't know. Like, honestly, I think when it comes to the legendaries, I'm more interested in the Sun version than I am in the Moon. But the Moon does look artistically, like, visually appealing. It's a very different design. It's a very different look. And it's a very different, like, whole, outlook to it altogether. For the Sun version, I mean, he looks really rad, but you can totally tell, like, I don't know, like, it's like a lion, like, I'm not saying it looks like other Pokemon, but it's just, you kind of seen something similar to that, and it looks just like, to me, I think it looks really cool. I think the abilities, though, I'm more interested in, though, than the Moon, to be honest.
I do agree with you. Honestly, artistically, like the Sun version does remind me of other Pokemon. Like honestly, take Pyroar and Entei, put them together, it could easily been derived from that. And the Moon, like take Mega Salamence and mix it with a Noivern, and there you go. Like that's me when I first saw them. I was like, they look wicked. Don't get me wrong, they look awesome, but like those ideas start shooting in my head. I'm like, creativity wise.
Well, for me, the Moon was more different. Like, I had a harder time gluing that together.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for me, like, I'm more appealed to the Sun's abilities, and for the Moon, I'm more appealed to the visual art behind it.
yeah, it's very good points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested as to what their abilities and typings are going to be and what they represent in that game itself. It's like, because every legendary Pokemon always represents somewhere, like, as like land, earth, air. I don't know if this is going to actually represent Sun and Moon. I mean, they haven't done that yet, so could be the possibility, and I don't know how that's going to affect like the game itself, especially since it's an island kind of thing.
Well, if you're in the island and you're going to the Sun or Moon, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like, the Moon represents, like, tide flows and all that, so I don't know if there's going to be some huge, like, tsunami that could occur, and the Sun could maybe affect volcanoes, but to me that doesn't really make sense because, like, in Ruby, Groudon did that, because he was the Earth. So, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and plus there might be some speculation where there might be a different typing, possibly.
Ooh, new typing. That would be sick. I mean, honestly, the addition to Fairy really changed the game itself competitively. If there's going to be another typing involved, that'd be really interesting.
What would you think it would be?
Oh, I don't know. Like, if you think about it this way, like probably lunar and solar, like something that has to do with sun and the moon. Cosmic, maybe. You never know. I mean, we've got a fairy typing. There could be a possibility they might throw in another type that would pretty much change the metagame all in its own. But yeah, like it'll be pretty interesting if they do throw in another type in there. But in my opinion, I really don't see it happening all too much. But you never know. Like things can change. Like they still have until another 5 or 6 months until the game comes out.
Oh yeah.
So we don't even have all the information yet.
Yeah, like anything can change from that point going forward. And yeah, speaking of that, the release of the game will be November 18th of this year. So wasn't that the same date that another Pokemon game came out?
I would not be surprised. Because that date does stand out to me.
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I don't know if it's particularly for that or something else that I'm remembering, but could be right. I mean, who knows? We might find out more come E3 that's coming up this year. So,
well, actually, speaking of E3, I don't think Nintendo's even going to be doing a presentation this year.
Oh wow!
What a bummer! Come on, not even a direct. Come on.
I don't know. They're basically focusing heavily on Zelda, so I don't know if they're going to talk about anything regarding to Pokemon anytime soon. But
that's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, can you at least talk about the new system?
I know, right? But anyways, speaking of Pokemon, when the game comes out, you remember when we talked about it during the 20th anniversary that we wanted to speedrun the game? Are you still up for that?
Sure, we can see who beats the game first.
Dude.
I have a feeling I'm going to lose, but
Dude.
I'll still do it.
How crazy would that be? All three of us going off at once? Damn.
Do you want to do? We'll have like a collab with each other of doing a speed run for Pokemon. Because if we're gonna do a speed run, then at least we'll get that done in 12 hours, I imagine.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, someone could get stuck somewhere, and it's gonna be a blind playthrough, so you never know.
That's true. But either way, we can discuss that even further. But I mean, if you want to see a speed run Pokemon when it first comes out, we are more than happy to try it and definitely stream our progress if we can.
Yep, if you guys want to see that, place it in the comments down below or tweet us at @TUG_RRC and let us know if you guys want to see a speedrun. And yeah, anything else you want to add to that?
I think we're pretty good. I'm super excited for the game coming out.
Yeah.
Either way, if we don't speedrun it, I kind of still want to stream it, just saying.
Dude, we should at least. Yeah, if we can't do a speedrun capability, I mean, we have no idea. So it's all up in the air. But yes, a stream of it would be cool as well.
All right, so we'll keep that on tap. So we're going to end things off here. I want to thank Cuteroo and Dreadnought for joining me on Skype today, talking about this epic release of a trailer known as Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Woo!
Woo! Spirit fingers.
It's like fuzzies.
Dude, honestly, I just like doing this because my fingers are like snow. It was funny.
Either way, thank you for having us. It was great.
Yes, thank you.
No problem.
And we'll see you guys and gals and objects next time.
All right, and don't forget to check out our other videos on YouTube as well as our Twitch channel. If you guys like what you see, click the like button down below and also subscribe to us if you haven't already. And over on Twitch, click the follow button if you guys want to see more streams from us. And with that being said, I'm Supersonic71087.
And Cuteroo.
And Dreadnought 316.
And we're signing off.
Bye, guys.
See you guys next time.